So I'm thinking I'm gonna do these weekly recaps of me progression-wise building a business, what's happening, what I fail on, definitely a lot of that. Hopefully helps a lot of people, hopefully really just keeps myself accountable. I need to do these every week, honestly. That way I can see, hey, every week, what things am I changing? What things am I getting better at? What things am I sucking at? So, with this one, it's gonna have to be like a intro to what I'm doing. About 5 months ago, started a marketing company. Really, it's different for when people ask, what do you do? It's different for every single business. Like sometimes it's what everybody hears about, which is, oh, Facebook ads, Instagram, blah. Other times it's literally none of that. It's like, let's send out emails. Or sometimes, I mean, it really depends. Like there's so many different things with any of that. Oh, I heard something. So started doing that, and to be honest, in the beginning, like 2 months, it was zero progress. Like didn't get any clients, didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden I got my first one, went really, really well for 2 months. Went great, quit my job really fast because I was like, man, I just had a freaking $11,000 month. Like this is gonna go crazy, this is gonna be bang. And then a month happened, it was decent. And then it crashed. I'm not gonna say crashed, like it's not dead, but it's like, like last month was a really, really slow month. It wasn't very good. I didn't get very many clients. I got like a lot of almost clients, and that kind of sucks because it's like, man, what are you doing wrong? What are you slipping on? So I'll be honest, like that was very frustrating. I've been very frustrated as of this month and last month, and I think the mistakes I've been making, honestly, some of them, people have said like yes, and I just haven't closed, and that was because of my almost being one, I'm new at this. Two, it's like, I wanted to make sure I had the right plan in place before I had them sign or before I had them pay me or do anything like that. And because I just waited like a week, I think I potentially lost that client. Now I'm still trying to get them and trying to provide proportionate value to them. But in essence, what do I actually want to say on this? That's a good question. As you can see, these are clearly very thought out and scripted as I'm walking. There was a really cool sunset over there, but now it's just kind of not cool. But pretty much, man, it sucks right now. And I am very optimistic because there's about six potential clients that could drastically change my business because they would be huge accounts. Like they would start off pretty big, but then because of the multi-locations, if they work well at one, like they'll want to duplicate it to others, and that could blow up really fast. But out of when I was at my third or fourth month, or now it's probably month 6. So yeah, third or fourth month, it was doing really great. I had like 13 clients at once. And then, now I literally have dropped down to like 4. I have lost a lot. Now some of that is due to me screwing up. Others is just due to economic situations that they couldn't really foresee happening. Whether that be business, like legal stuff, or there's been just stuff that happens. Other of it's just ended when the facts are like, hey, it's done. We don't really need to do any more of this. If you want to do the next thing, then we can do that. But honestly, a lot of it's just been a learning curve, and the biggest thing I've messed up on several times is client communication. I tend to think that what I'm doing, because I know this stuff, just go do it. And I haven't really explained to the client what I'm going to be doing, why I'm going to be doing it. And to them, that has, some of that, I've lost clients because of that. For example, one of my clients, I was sending out email blasts to get more reviews for them, and in the subject line I had tested the subject line high, lowercase, like that's all I put. And because I was told by one of my mentors that, hey dude, that's gonna get the highest open rates, seriously, it really works. I was like, all right, yeah, I'll try that. I didn't tell them that I was gonna send that out, and because it was like a music store and they had a really good, they have an older demographic population, some of their people that received the email got like mad and reported back to the owner, and then I kind of got fired for that. So even though it got good open rates, and even though they got a lot of reviews out of it that were good reviews, they were pissed. Like even though the result, I was like, I just care about results. Like me, I'm thinking I just care about results. The client's just gonna care about results, but that's not always the case. Communication is definitely a big thing I need to get better at. So that's one thing I'm working on for sure. So this week, another thing too, and people might not think this is related at all, but for me this is super related, and I have struggled with this since I've moved, and I have struggled big time. And that's one, getting back to my daily habits of waking up early, keeping that structure of productivity, and two, eating bad. Like, I have been eating like shit, excuse my language, but seriously, and that throws everything off. Like, I know I have another freaking level to get to, but it's like my eating is stopping me from getting there. So I need to get that on track for sure this next week, this next month, this next freaking lifetime, because that's the one thing I've struggled with that for a while too. Like, it's always an up and down thing, it's never consistent, but I know that has a huge effect in business wise. So okay, now what else do I want to put on these? It's not really much. Besides, I kind of want to put these out there, hopefully show people, like, you don't gotta be like special to start a business. Like, you are gonna see this go from, so let's see, I'll be honest about numbers. Okay, that's hard. It's hard to like put that stuff out there. Month 1, 0 is what I was making. The business was making 0. Month 2, 0. Month 3, like 2,000. Month 4, like 5. Month 5, that was a big month because I got a $5,000 a month client. That went up to like 11 grand in 1 month. That was a cool one. And don't forget, like, so this isn't all like profit either. Like, a lot of this expensive. Like, I outsource a lot of this stuff, so keep that in mind too. Month, blah blah blah. I don't know, and that's where I get lost, because last month sunk, so it was like I didn't really track too much. What I do know, I kept my big clients, kept my soap client, which I really like, kept my electrician client, which they're huge, they're freaking everywhere, and kept Whitmire, and Dr. Zoom. I always mispronounce that, hate that. Kept my dentist client. Then next month we're taking for reviews wise, we're not doing reviews next month, but hopefully over time we can get her into some sort of lead generation campaigns, because they'll be really beneficial. She doesn't have to spend as much as she really already is. So, but they're going to be a lot more effective just because we have these campaigns already written out, already made. Pro tip, advice, I want to give something on this besides just talking about me, but this is my first one. It's going to be rough. They're going to get better, I promise. When things suck, which I'll be honest, things kind of suck right now. Like, it ain't easy. You know, I have, if I'm being honest, huge goals for myself and where I want to be. You know, I do believe, like, multi-million. I want to have $100+ million company, and I want to be able to employ thousands of people and have them love coming to work. You know, I want that kind of stuff, and that's I am so far from that sometimes you're like, man, how's that ever going to happen? And I think you just got to believe, you got to keep going, because the alternative is quitting. And to me, the alternative is the same as if I quit on that, if I quit on what I really believe in here I can do, man, it's like quitting on everything for me. It's like quitting on life for me. And although every single day right now pretty much sucks, I mean, I'll be honest, like, it's for me, it is agony when I'm not where I want to be constantly. I got to get better. I know I have so much more to give, and there's things I'm being lazy about. There's things I'm not structuring my day right. I have so much more to give. And so this week, I'm going to give more. I'm going to get back on my habits. That's what this week's focus is on. Setting up these small daily routines, the small daily habits that will get me where I want to go. Not about the big, massive actions. No, it's about the everyday things that I can do every day that over time will get me where I want to go. So, if you're in the same boat, entrepreneur, whatever you're trying to do, it really doesn't really matter. Any goal in life, you know, it's not about just the grit. Well, the grit's actually important, but it's not just about the go, hustle. You got to have habits that are going to get you there. And I know that because the habits that were getting me the right result have been lost, and now I am losing those results. So I need to get back on those. So figure out what's a practical tip you can do this. I was just listening to a book talking about the most important thing you can do is get something called a keystone habit. What that means is you need to create a habit that actually affects other parts of your life. So they brought the example of car. No, not a car. Brought the example of exercise. what that does to most people when they were studying it is that it actually affects other parts of your life. People that exercise also in the morning, if they exercise in the morning, tended to eat better throughout the day, tended to have more energy throughout the day, tended to be more productive throughout the day. So that one exercise, that one habit led to a bunch of other habits that they really wanted to have. So you need to find keystone habits. A few of them that I have found that I know work. One is going to be waking up early, working out early, journaling early, like planning, structuring out your day to where you know 3 a.m. I'm doing this, 4 a.m. I'm doing this, like planning it out. What are my 5 things I have to get done today that are going to get me closer to the goal? Now, a to-do list, we're going to get into the power list. I don't want to do that today. But find the keystone habits. There's plenty of them out there, whether that's running, whether that's getting home, eating an apple, which then makes you eat good the rest of the day. But it's something, setting your alarm clock for, at nighttime instead of way before, or setting your alarm clock for the next day in the morning. Like these keystone habits, whatever you can do, it's going to trigger you to have a bunch of other successful wins because it builds up small wins. Yep, I think that's it. Progress update. What's the date today? It's like May 21st, I think. May 21st, 2019. Jeez, why did that take me so long? Yep. All right, that's business update. Boom.